Can love be far behind when compassion and understanding are there? Today Sanjay was in a great mood during his lunch with his close teammates. His here and now wit was creating peals of laughter all around. The people in the adjoining room were wondering what is happening there. What have you eaten today, Sanjay? You seem to be inebriated with joy, asks Kalpana. Before he could answer, Jyoti chipped in with her dilemma. You are not the same person whom we see in meetings. There you come across as petulant and irritable person. But here in close interactions we see you as a very different person altogether. Warm, full of zest for life, caring and with unusual wit and humor. This startled Sanjay. There was a ring of truth in it. My wife says the same to me. Yes, I do come across as a petulant person in meetings. Even I do not know why. Can you help me explore this mysterious phenomenon? I really want to be what you see me here even in official meetings because people form an incorrect image of me and that makes me ineffective in the organization. The lunch was over, but something within Sanjay was stirred and he was trying to comprehend this issue raised at lunch. He could recall that even in his social settings, when he is with people who value him, he just flows freely and others experience him as warm. But he becomes cold and distant when in the company of people whom he judges or who judge him or who do not value him for his qualities. In fact, Sanjay felt the loneliness as he thought through this. He realized he did not get along well with most of his relatives. He had hardly any friend with whom he could share his heart. Someone is self-centered or manipulative or dumb or egoist or fukra or superstitious or irresponsible or disorganized or dirty or lacks aesthetic sense and so on. He had cut himself off for one reason or the other. He only had one friend and that was his wife, Saloni. His life revolved around his work whereas Saloni was the one who took care of all the relationships. But for her, he would have very little contact even with his immediate family on both his and her side. I do not want to be lonely. I have the capacity to love and be warm and witty, then why I am a lonely person? I am 40 and friendless. What kind of a life have I lived all these years? Sanjay was in a self-flogging mode. This made him sad. A chance comment could surface deep loneliness within him and he had no clue why. Something deep within was churning. He came home early and wanted to spend time with Saloni. Evening was the time he had exclusively reserved for his heart-to-heart with Saloni every day. She listens to him with empathy. He feels understood and it helps him to have catharsis of pent-up feelings at office. He even abuses his boss and feels a great release that at least there is someone who accepts him without judging. When he does not get opportunity to have such interactions with Saloni, he deeply misses it and feels suffocated. But then he makes it up as soon as the opportunity arises, like during early morning chit-chat. So you are in touch with your loneliness. Saloni's voice was very soothing for his ears after he offloaded the incident and comment of Jyoti at office. Yes, but how come you relate so well and I miss out? How come I am warm with people who value me and cold and distant with people who judge me? Sanjay was still stuck there. So you know the answer. Saloni quickly responded. What? That you are warm and flowing with people who value you. And if they do not value you, you are blocked. Or you block yourself to people who do not value you and judge you or you judge them. Yes. Then who loses out? Your warmth is shut and your witty repartee vanishes, and on top of that people perceive you as petulant taught. Sanjay suddenly lit up, so I lose my flow of joy when I judge people because they judge me or whatever. Sanjay continued, and I do not want to lose my flow of love and joy and humor. In fact, I get the same when I give it. So, can I stop judging people because I do not want to harm me? Saloni just smiled and looked straight in his eyes. But why I judge them in the first place? Sanjay wanted to go to the very depth of the issue. That you will have to find out for yourself. All I can say is it helps me to be with them in their struggles rather than sit on a pedestal and judge them. After all, everyone is struggling with his or her own issues. Compassion, you mean? Asked Sanjay. No, not really, but feel for others in their stuckness, plain and simple. Saloni was being humble, felt Sanjay. Actually, she is very compassionate. He feels very loving towards her. He just lies down in her lap and feels the warmth and coziness of a true love. He really has the capacity of love. Can love be far behind when compassion and understanding are there rather than judgment?